Now to politics, and the Prime Minister is battling the largest revolt of his premiership to date as Labour MPs accuse him of betraying pledges on welfare reform.
There have been last-minute concessions, but rebels are still warning the changes risk pushing thousands into poverty and creating a three-tier benefit system. Now, as many as 50 Labour MPs are poised to defy the whip and vote down the bill, joining forces with the Conservatives and Reform UK.
Well, in a further blow to Sir Keir Starmer's authority, Labour mayors Sir Sadiq Khan and Andy Burnham have also broken ranks, publicly urging MPs to reject the reforms.
Live in Leeds for us this morning, let's go to Anna Riley, who'll tell you more. Anna.
Good morning, Eamon and Ellie. Yes, we're here in Leeds in Rachel Reeves's constituency. I'm joined by Anastasia Tempest. Anastasia uses a wheelchair. She's got cerebral palsy and she is entitled to the personal independent payments and disability benefits. Anastasia, how are you feeling about this welfare reform bill?
Well, hello, Anna. I feel very ambivalent at the moment. I've been listening to what everybody's been saying. I've been listening to the Prime Minister. I'm glad about the U-turn, and it's just very difficult because you get some people who have, like myself, who are very, very severely disabled. Then you get other people who are alcoholics, and that's self-imposed, and I don't feel very sympathetic over that. And I've even heard, and this isn't very nice, people who've got acne problems and people with weight problems that can be solved. So there is this division between people who have been born with a disability who acquire a disability, say through an accident, and then we've got the MPs that sometimes infuriate me. I sometimes wonder why I'm interested in politics. Rachel Reeves is a nice person. I spoke to her on Zoom on one occasion. I've never actually met her, but I think she could actually do something. She's the Chancellor of the Exchequer, and it's frustrating, and it's doubly frustrating for me at the moment because I'm actually housebound, and in fact I was invited to a meeting going to see Stephen Timms, and I can't even attend, but I would love to attend because then I can make a contribution in some way. But it's, it's deeply frustrating. Nobody wants to have a disability. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing with us this morning, Anastasia. So that's Anastasia's vote, and of course we'll be all looking out for the results of that bill later this evening.
OK, Anna Riley there for us in Leeds. Thank you very much, and thank you to Anastasia Tempest as well. Well, let's cross live to Westminster and speak to Business and Trade Secretary Jonathan Reynolds. Good to see you this morning, Mr. Reynolds. I'm sure you're just listening across to that interview there. Anastasia Tempest, who lives with cerebral palsy, talking about the welfare bill vote tonight. It's a mess, isn't it, this whole thing? Is this where you thought you'd be 1 year on from that landslide victory last year, and you're now facing this major rebellion? We're talking to the Conservatives this morning, who described Sir Keir Starmer as a lame duck Prime Minister who can't pass legislation even when he wants to. Are they right?
No, look, I thought this government would be a government that deals with issues that have been neglected for years, whether that's expanding Heathrow or improving our trade relationships or tackling issues like this. It's exactly what I think this government needs to do. And I understand it is difficult. It's a difficult area, this welfare reform. It's why the Conservative Party didn't touch it. But I would say back to them, they saw spending on PIP, just one benefit, double from £11 billion a year to £22 billion a year, right? It's going to hit £30 billion a year by the end of this Parliament. And it's a system no one loves. Anastasia was spot on there. I want a system that sees that money go to the people who need it the most. And at the minute, the number of claims coming in, it's about 1,000 claims a day. Additional people come on to PIP at the minute. I think we genuinely risk losing public support for that. And I think what we have got before us today, partly as a result of the engagement we've had, is a system which does control some of the costs. I think that's important, but it also makes sure it's a better system and it gives support to people who need it the most. For instance, people with the most significant disabilities who will not ever sort of get better, they won't be reassessed under this. They'll lose the stress of that and will be not wasting money doing that. But we will make sure that support is going to people who need it the most. I think that's really important. That's what I want to see from the system. That's why I asked colleagues to support it today.
Jonathan, what's certainly not getting better is the migrants crossing, and we've got that news today that we've broken through the 50,000 barrier for this year alone of illegal migrants coming across the channel. Your reaction?
Well, I think it's a massive problem. I think it's a massive problem for how we have to deal with that. And I think it's a massive problem for how it erodes support from people for the system overall of immigration, because people think if people are not going through the legal means, they're circumventing that. That does, in my view, undermine support for people legally coming to the UK. It's fundamentally a criminal issue. We put a lot of resources into that. It's so much more to do, I accept that, but also cooperation with the French is important in part of this, but it is a massive priority for the Home Office and for the government. It's not acceptable and it's got to get better, I accept that.
It's not working though, is it? I mean, there's pictures in the papers today of French officials standing on the coast with a cigarette in their hand, watching these packed boats, these dangerous boats, setting off into the middle of the channel. We're sending millions of pounds to the French. It's not working. We've got migrant crossings up 50%. You're not smashing the gangs, are you? These gangs are acting with impunity.
Well, there's a lot that has happened that's positive, but no, the problem is far from solved. I mean, a lot of European countries have this sometimes in greater numbers, but we've got to focus on our problem, which is people doing those illegal crossings in the channel. I agree entirely with what you said. It's so dangerous for those people. It's not in their interests. They're being exploited in a way by those criminal gangs in order to do that. So look, I'm telling you, there's a lot that's going on this, particularly on the kind of covert policing side, the security services involvement in that as well. But no, it's not fixed. There's a lot more to do on it, and further cooperation with the French to prevent the kind of problems you're talking about is a key part of that.
Can I ask you about the Glastonbury hate speech row? Because there's reports this morning that the BBC's Director General was made aware of those chants, death, death to the IDF at the weekend, but did not pull the live stream. So should the Director General of the BBC resign?
There were appalling scenes. I mean, I never want to be a politician commenting on music festivals, but it was just shocking to see that. There are issues about the broadcast, of course. I think the Culture Secretary's been in touch with the Director General on it, but in a way, doesn't that miss the issue? I mean, the fact was so many people participated in that hate speech, participated in that. I mean, you can be, by the way, very concerned about Gaza and not stray into the kind of scenes that we saw there. So look, I think broadcasters have a role in this. That's part of the accountability for what they've put out, but I think it avoids the main issue, which is too many people felt that was something they could participate in a way which personally I found really shocking.
I know it's shocked you as well, Jonathan. I mean, you're the Business and Trade Secretary, but what view do you have on this review of parental leave, which the government has launched, and a bit of a landmark review? You're launching a full review of parental leave and pay to better support working families and help children get the best start in life. Can you outline that for us?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I'm really proud of this. I think it's really important. So at the minute we have a very confusing system. I mean, there are 8 different types of parental leave, not hugely generous compared to other countries, but people don't take what they're already entitled to. I mean, 1 in 3 dads takes no paternity leave at all. You only get 2 weeks, but they don't take it at all. Shared parental leave came in, hardly anyone is taking that. And I think I want to give families the best start in life. I want to work with businesses to do that. Business tells me they find it very confusing, really mixed set of things. And also, of course, work has changed a lot since we had a proper look at this. I mean, a lot more self-employment, families changed, lots more kinship care coming into this as well. So this is the time, I think, to do a proper, serious look at this in a way we haven't done for decades. It's about working together to try and find a better system, give more support to young families when they most need it. And I think, to be frank, as a dad myself, change some of the culture where it's seen that both men and women can participate in this, that they want to do in a way which doesn't affect their careers in a negative way going forward. So I've had a really big response to this, meeting parents about it. I want as many people as possible, businesses, individuals, campaign groups, involved in a way where we look at how this works in the UK, how can we make it better for everybody.
Well, we'll not get much better weather than you've got there from a beautifully sunny Westminster. Jonathan Reynolds, thank you for your
Scorching
It is gorgeous. You just slapped
Thanks, guys.
something on that head of yours. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Reynolds.
God
Pesty
bless.
mining town skin, yeah, very, very risky. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very
Bye-bye.
much.